years I thrashed against the sheets, a battlefield of broken beats. My mind a cage of endless noise, the ghost of you among my toys. But last night something gave away. The fight just left, I couldn't say. The fight just left, I couldn't say why or how or when it ceased. For the first time in forever, my heart stopped trying to sever the past. I let the silence come at last, just the darkness soft and true. I lay in peace, I let the war release. I lay in peace and I found my ease. I used to count the hours till dawn, afraid of what the dark had drawn. But last night I surrendered to the night, and something in me reached for the phone to call. I didn't build another wall, I just lay there, still and warm, protected from the coming storm. I lay in peace for the first time in forever. My heart stopped trying to sever the past. I let the silence come at last, just the darkness soft and true. I lay in peace, I let the war release. I lay in peace and I found my ease. I didn't know my body could forget the tension, the alert, the constant threat of remembering you, of fearing the small, not insignificant, just at rest. For the first time I passed the test of being alone without being lonely. I lay in peace, not because the world had healer, but a jar. I lay in peace, and I'll do it again tonight. I lay in peace for the first time in forever. My heart stopped trying to sever the past. I let the silence come at last, just the silence come at last. No nightmare, it's none of you, just the darkness soft and true. I lay in peace, I let the war release. I lay in peace, I let the war release. I lay in peace, I found my ease. I lay in peace, and I found my ease. I lay in peace, and I lay in peace again tonight, and tomorrow night, and every night, because the war is over. Not because you're out fighting. Peace is something I give myself. Good night. You found me when I was fragile and low, a lonely girl with nowhere to go. You promised you would never leave. You promised you would never leave. You made me trust, you made me believe that love could heal the wounds I had. But you were just another fad. But you were just another fad. A temporary fix, a passing thrill. Love cheated on a lonely girl and always will. Love cheated on a lonely girl again. Pretend to be a savior, but it was just a pen writing stories that were never true. And the blue, love cheated on a lonely girl, layer of dust. She believed, she gave, she fell so hard. Love cheated on a lonely girl, left her scarred. I used to think that being lonely was a sin, that I deserved the state I was in. So when you came with your open arm, despite the alarms that rang so softly in my chest, I thought with you I'd finally rest, but rest was just another lie. Goodbye. Love cheated on a lonely girl again. Pretend to be a savior, but it was just a pen writing stories that were never true. And the blue, love cheated on a lonely girl, layer of dust. She believed, she gave, she fell so hard. Love cheated on a lonely girl, left her scarred. I'm not blaming you for taking advantage, I'm blaming myself for being so manageable, so easy to please, so easy to use. A lonely girl with nothing to lose, but I've learned that loneliness is not meant. Love shouldn't chew every difference is my armor. Love can try to cheat again, but I won't be a victim. I'll be a witness and I'll walk away. Love cheated on a lonely girl again. Pretend to be a savior, but it was just a pen writing stories that were never true. And the blue love cheated on a lonely girl, layer of dust. She believed, she gave, she felt so hard. Love cheated on a lonely girl, left her scarred. Love cheated on a lonely girl, but that girl is not lonely anymore. She's just alone, and alone is better than within goodbye. You painted me a sky of counterfeit blue, made me believe that my heart was safe with you. I built a cathedral on a foundation of lies, and worshipped at the altar of your eyes, and worshipped at the altar of your eyes, and worshipped angels crumble when the truth comes in. But cathedrals crumble when the truth comes in, and I'm left with the rubble, the state I'm in. You smiled like an angel, but your heart was a stone. My heart's misery in a fake love alone. My heart's misery in a fake love so real to me. I gave you everything, you gave me nothing but debris. A beautiful disaster, a glorious mistake. I loved you till my bones began to break. My heart's misery in a fake love. You just love the company of someone who would bleed for you, who would bend. My heart's misery in a fake love, the end. I remember the way you'd hold my face and whisper lies with such convincing grace. I thought the tremble in your voice was love, but it was just the effort of the push and shove. You never wanted me, you just wanted the key to a heart that would never question, never doubt. My heart's misery when the truth came out. My heart's misery in a fake love so real to me. I gave you everything, you gave me nothing but debris. A beautiful disaster, a glorious mistake. I loved you till my bones began to break. My heart's misery in a fake love. You just love the company of someone who would bleed for you, who would bend. My heart's misery in a fake love, the end. I'm not angry that you couldn't love me true. I'm angry that I gave my whole self to you, and you gave me back a counterfeit coin. My heart's misery of two people who were never meant to be. I was real, but you were just a sea that reflected my heart's misery. You never loved me. My heart's misery in a fake love. I'm done mourning love I thought was real. I'm mourning the time I gave to a lie. That's the years I'll never reclaim. My heart's misery. Goodbye to the lie, goodbye to you. My heart's misery in a fake love so real to me. I gave you everything, you gave me nothing but debris. A beautiful disaster, a glorious mistake. I loved you till my bones began to break. My heart's misery in a fake love. You just love the company of someone who would bleed for you, who would bend. My heart's misery in a fake love, the end. My heart's misery in a fake love. I'm taking my heart back, and I'm turning it into something real, something for me. Good hello to the real, finally. She sits alone in the fading light, a silhouette against the night. Her cheeks are wet, her eyes are red, but she can't speak of what's inside her head. They ask her why she's crying so. She says she doesn't really know, but the truth is heavy in her chest. No one understands her tears confessed. They fall like rain, but they're a blur to everyone who tries to see the source of explaining. Stop the fight. No one understands her tears at night. She lets them fall, she lets them be. No one understands her tears but she. She used to try to make them see the weight of what was hurting me. But words are clumsy, words are weak when the pain is something they can't speak. So now she lets the silence sing. The only witness to her pain is the pillow and the falling rain. No one understands her tears, not even her. They fall like rain, but they're a blur to everyone She just needs you to hold her hand and sit beside her in the dark. Not to fix her, not to make a mark, just to witness, just to be the quiet presence that sets her free from explaining, from the need to justify the way she bleeds. No one understands her tears and cry to be understood. She cries to release what's understood. Only the tears are her language, and sometimes language doesn't need a translator. Sometimes it just needs a witness. No one understands her tears, not even her. To everyone who tries to see the source of her misery, no one understands her. Stop the fight. She lets them fall, she lets them be. No one understands her tears but she. No one understands her tears but she understands them, and that's enough, that's more than enough. She cries, walking through a broken love path. I walk in shards of what we used to be. Every step a little piece of you and me. The ground is littered with the promises we made. Splendor glass where flowers never stayed. I used to run this path with joy and grace. Now I limp along staring at my face. Now I limp along staring at my face. In every fragment, every broken frame. Walking through a broken love step by step, carrying the weight of regret. The cracks beneath my feet are memories. The stones are all our broken harmonies. I keep walking through a broken love path of past, the places where we used to laugh and cry. Walking through a broken love path, I don't ask why. I remember when this road was lined with trees, a canopy of love, a gentle breeze. But now the branches are all snapped and bare. No shelter from the cold, no comfort there. I wrap my arms around my own waist tight and keep on walking through the fading light. The path is long, the end is out of sight, but I've committed to the lonely night. Walking through a broken love step by step, carrying the weight of regret. The cracks beneath my feet are memories. The stones are all our broken harmonies. I keep walking through a broken love path of past, the places where we used to laugh and cry. Walking through a broken love path, I don't ask why. I don't look back to see what I've lost. I just keep walking, counting the cost of loving you, of giving you my all. I walk this broken with my own call. The end is not a destination, not a place. It's the moment at the empty space where love used to be, where we used to walk. I keep walking, I stop the talk. My feet are tired, but I'm still walking, not for you, toward me. The path is broken, but so am I, and broken things can still move forward, one step at a time. Goodbye. Walking through a broken love step by step, carrying the weight of erase. The stones are all our broken harmonies. I keep walking through a broken love path of past, the places where we used to laugh and cry. Walking through a broken love that don't ask why. Walking through a broken path, I'm still walking. The path will never be smooth, but I walk. Goodbye. You laid the bait so carefully, shiny promises meant for me. You smiled like kindness, spoke like truth, the perfect hunter of my youth. I walked right in, I took the fall, believing I had found it all. But the cage was built of pretty lies, worthless, built of pretty lies. A worthless love trap in disguise. A worthless worthless love trap, and I was the prey. You watched me struggle every single day. You had no intention of setting me free. You just wanted someone to bleed for thee. A worthless love trap, a beautiful cage. I was the fool, a beautiful cage of manipulation, of sweet deceit. A worthless love trapped me obsolete. A worthless love trap left me obsolete. I used to think that love was supposed to hurt, that pain was just the other side of flirt. But now I see the difference clear between a love that's real and a love that's mere. A trap to catch the vulnerable and weak, a trap to catch the vulnerable mystique. You never loved me, you just loved the mystique of having someone who would never leave. A worthless love trap I had to grieve. A worthless love trap, and I was the prey. You watched me struggle every single day. You had no intention of setting me free. You just wanted someone to set me free. A worthless love trap, a beautiful cage. A worthless love trap, but a beautiful cage. A worthless love trap, then about myself. You put my heart upon your shelf and called the manipulation of sweet deceit. A worthless love trapped me obsolete. I'm not angry that I fell into your snare. I'm angry that I stayed because I'll never be the same. A worthless love, you caught me once, won't catch me again. I've learned to see the bait, I've learned to see the bars and walk away. Worthless love trap, a beautiful cage. I was the fool, a beautiful cage of manipulation, of sweet deceit. A worthless love trapped me obsolete. A worthless love trap, worthless love trap left me obsolete. A worthless love trap, I'm out. Not because you let me go, because I finally saw the bars and gone goodbye. You knocked until dawn. I heard your fist against the wood. I heard you say you understood that you had made a terrible mistake. But I was sleeping, for goodness sake. For the first time in months I'd found a rest. You knocked until dawn, you did your best to break the peace I'd finally built. But I stayed quiet, I felt no guilt. You knocked until dawn, but I didn't stir. I've learned to sleep through the sound of her. Your voice, your pleas, your desperate cries. I find until dawn and I let you be. The sun came up and you couldn't see that I was already gone, already free. You knocked until dawn, but you didn't reach me. I used to wake at every little sound, afraid that you would never be found. I'd run to the door, unlock the chain, and let you in to hurt me again. But now I've learned to stay in bed, to keep the pillow beneath my head. No matter how loud your knocking grew, I knew that letting you in would undo. I knew that letting you in would undo. You knocked until dawn, but I didn't stir. I've learned to sleep through the sound of her. Your voice, your pleas, your desperate cries. I find until dawn and I let you be. The sun came up and you couldn't see that I was already gone, already free. You knocked until dawn, but you didn't reach me. I heard every single knock, I swear I felt you standing there in your despair. But I've learned that opening the door would only start the cycle, once you leaving and returning, and me believing that this time you'd finally stop deceiving. I've learned to let you knock, then to choose my own good night. You knocked until dawn and I stayed in bed, not because I didn't care, because I care too much about myself to let you back in. You knocked till dawn, I slept. That's the difference. That's the healing. You knocked until dawn, but I didn't stir. Your voice, your pleas, your desperate cries. I find until dawn and I let you be. The sun came up and you couldn't see. You knocked until dawn, but you didn't reach me. You knocked until dawn, and I was still here, still peaceful, still free. Goodbye. You stood in the dark, you never stepped into the light with me. You kept your distance, kept the mystery. You watched me from the edges of the room, a silent witness to my bloom. And then my will, and then my fall. You never answered when I'd call. You were always there, but never near. You stood in the dark and I stayed in the clear. You stood in the dark while I burned in the sun. You watched me come undone one by one. You never offered water, never offered shade. You just observed the mess you made. You stood in the dark, a silhouette of fear, while I was crying, while you disappeared into the shadows where you feel safe. You stood in the dark and I learned to save myself. I used to beg you to come into the light, to stand beside me in the fight, but you preferred the safety of the gloom, the passive witness in the room. You said you loved me, but your love was cold, a story that was never told. In actions, in the light of day, you stood in the dark and I walked away. You stood in the dark while I burned in the sun. You watched me come undone one by one. You never offered water, never offered shade. You just observed the mess you made. You stood in the dark, a silhouette of fear, while I was crying, while you disappeared into the shadows where you feel safe. You stood in the dark and I learned to save myself. I'm not angry that you couldn't stand the light, I'm just tired of forgiving your endless night. You stood in the dark and called it loyalty, but it was just your cowardice, you see. You wanted me to shine so you could watch, but you never wanted to share the spotlight, the struggle, the beautiful strain. You stood in the dark and I took the pain. You stood in the dark, I'm done begging you to step out myself into a light that doesn't need your witness. Goodbye to your shadow fear. I'm walking into the sun alone, but not lonely, free. You stood in the dark while I burned in the sun. You watched me come undone, one by one. You never offered water, never offered shade. You stood in the dark while you disappeared into the shadows where you feel safe. You stood in the dark and I learned to save myself. You stood in the dark, I'm in the light now. You can keep your shadows, I'll take the sun, goodbye. I didn't open the door. You knocked 3 times just like before. You thought I'd let you in once more. You thought I'd let you in once more. You waited in the cold outside, expecting me to swallow pride, but I stood on the other side and felt the silence as a guide. I didn't open the door, not this time. I've stopped letting you cross the line. I didn't open the door when you came back. I didn't fall for the same old act. I've learned that love is not a revolving door. You had your chance, you had before. I didn't open the door, I let you stand in the rain with your empty hand. Not out of cruelty, out of grace for myself, I found my place. I remember all the times I let you in. After every lie, every sin, I'd wipe your tears and hold you tight and let you stay another night. But those nights turned into wasted years, and I've dried up all my tears. For you, for us, for what we were. I didn't open the door, I preferred. I didn't open the door when you came back. I didn't fall for the same old act. I've learned that love is not a revolving door. You had your chance, you had before. I didn't open the door, I let you stand in the rain with your empty hand. Not out of cruelty, out of grace for myself, I found my place. I heard you breathing through the wood. I understood that if I opened, the cycle would begin. The same old story, the same old sin of hoping you had finally changed. But I've learned to find my own range of happiness, of peace, of trust. I didn't open the door, not because I didn't hear you, cause I finally heard my hear you, cause I finally heard my side and you stayed on yours, and the door stayed closed and I stayed whole. Final chorus, gentle resolve, when you came back, I didn't fall for the same old act. I've learned that love is not a revolving door. You had your chance, you had before. I didn't open the door, I let you stand in the rain with your empty hand. Not out of cruelty, out of grace for myself, I found my place. I didn't open the door, you left, I stayed. The door is still closed and I'm still waiting, just living goodbye.